Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome to another edition of ISGP Talk. Today we are here to talk to Skater, and there are 4 numbers after that, and guess what? I forget them almost every single time. I'm gonna guess right now. It's 6453, isn't it?
You got it. Yeah.
Yes. Finally, I finally got it. I seriously feel like it's taken me over a year to get it. But now you're finally here. Welcome to the show. So this is your first time. This is your second tournament, but first time, being on a talk show kind of thing. And yes, you were first here for the Spyro Speedruns Cup, but you were actually. I'm going to start off by asking about the Spyro Speedruns Cup. So tell me how that went. I know that was a full year ago, but
that was my first. It was single elimination, so I hate to call it a full experience, but it was still a full experience for me, full experience for me doing anything speedrunning related at all in general, and especially. And it introduced me to you all, to Nintendo Gen and Wally and Christian, everybody else, and it was a lot of fun in that aspect. My race, I only had one run. It was against DA Acorn, where he just mopped the floor with me in Spyro 1. Because I knew no skips, no nothing. But it was still an incredible time. The fact that I got to meet you all and learn what the community was like, and then to go from there now into ISGP.
That's right, exactly. That's what I was about to say. You've now transitioned into a full tournament. You're a bit like Charm Sky, where you basically came in but were eliminated, unfortunately, because of that. The elimination. The fact that that's what happens, but now you've finally got to have a full tournament experience, and we've talked about this before, but we believe, I know Angus and I and I know Al and stuff like that believe that you've probably had one of the better runs of races, but have still, unfortunately, as of now, are confirmed to have not made the second round. So I guess the question is how do you feel like you've gone in your first tournament of this tournament? Sorry, the first block-based tournament.
Yeah, my first real multi-run tournament. I've enjoyed it, just incredibly enjoyed it. I couldn't be more happy with how I did and how the others in my group did as well. It pushed me so much, and even though like we just said, this was my second tournament I'm in, this is the one by far that the tournament really forced me to get better at Spyro 1 out of necessity. And I believe my first match against Ratchet was in Spyro 1.
That's right.
And I'm incredibly happy with how I was able to learn a lot of things, and once again, because of all the incredible people, they not only pushed me but helped me to learn as well. So many, teaching others techniques on here. Newman is a big one. He's been freaking helping everyone.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, actually. Very much an elder, if you will. And yeah, I definitely do agree that you've definitely improved over the time that you've been here from ISGP2. But I think the reality is that Group D is a really tough group. There are some really good players.
Incredibly tough. It's Group D and B have been incredibly tough in this tournament, and it's been Group B more so than Group D, just because I think the top 4 in that set. Yeah, I think the top 4 in that group is pretty much set. Yeah. But in Group D, it was always a kind of it was a tough group, but who's gonna rise up and claim that top 4 out of everybody?
Well, yeah,
it was crazy to be a part of, to say the least. And it, like I said, it forced me to improve, or otherwise they all would just absolutely just left me in the dust. I would have been fast with no wins.
So you had a few wins, namely Cyrides, you've raced Steph, but Luminize was probably to me that was the big match, where it was that was where I was both of you were so skilled, but it just came down to a few little things, and she was able to get that very impressive victory for her, but also very impressive by you as well. I thought.
That's personally, and I told her this, like, that's personally, and I told her at the time, this is personally, I see this as personally my favorite run, and I don't see it probably getting topped before the rest of my runs for the tournament at the time.
Yeah.
It was, that run was just, and I practiced a good amount, but only for, like, that run's always going to be special to me, because literally I went into practicing that race on a Friday, and I literally couldn't do anything. I couldn't barely even do toasty skip.
Yeah.
And 2 days later, I learned not only the toasty skip, but how to do the skip over the wall in town square and the wall glide to night flight, and like everything I did. I knew how absolutely crazy Luminize is, and that if I didn't learn this stuff, I was gonna get mopped again.
That's right. Yeah, she did. Yeah, I think you actually did like a couple tricks that she didn't do as well. Like you actually did a fair bit as well. You were going like crazy like that. But I think that Nort Cove is that big level where if you can get that proper skip like she did, like that was such a significant one.
She's incredible to do stuff like that. Like she always does first try. She's absolutely incredible.
First try. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's why people like her have just forced me to bring out my A game during all this.
Get better. Exactly.
I just Nintendo Gen said it to me one day one way, and he's absolutely right. Like the races I've had, win or draw, whatever, as long as they were close and they were tough, those have been my favorite, most entertaining runs of the tournament. Instead of any that may have been easy, those just aren't really as fun as the ones like the Flora that just absolutely just pushed me, and I wouldn't have had it any other way to be a part of any other group than Group D.
That's fantastic. And so, I guess we've sort of covered a lot of Group D there as well. And what about what you've seen from the other groups, so A, B, and C? What are some of your thoughts on some of those races and stuff like that? I haven't seen. There's still a lot of races that have been uploaded that I have to see. Yeah, but it's hard to watch all.
There's so many, and there's more to come. So it's tournament's been crazy on terms of just pure output. But a lot of the races I haven't seen a bad race so far. Even if some runners have had some unfortunate luck, the races have still all been entertaining and all been. They've all competitors have had great spirit and everything. Group A. Unfortunately, Group A, I kind of joined in the majority of the opinion that Group A is kind of the easy group. But there are still some skip people in there. And I don't know a lot of them personally, but a lot of them everyone in the tournament has been great people so far. Group B is one for me, actually. Two of my friends are in there. Acorn, which the one I went up in, we talked about Spyro.
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
Ola Pro, and it's the fact that group is so tough that even those two are having a hard time.
That's right.
That amazes me. Like if I actually was just talking to Cola Pro about this earlier. If I were to make a list at the beginning of this tournament of people that for sure that I thought were going on to round 2, no ifs, ands, or buts, they would be on there. And right now they're struggling. Yeah. Cola Pro is officially
as of this upload. Cola Pro is officially out. Because it's just 8 points, 4 wins, 4 losses. It's not going to be enough because of the head-to-head. So you're right. It's a really tough group. Group A as well has had some. I think in the last week or so there've been some interesting results. Like for example, Amelia beating MTB, and Kiefer dropping, I believe he's dropped another race. There was a draw as well against MTB as well. So you've kind of got I think that Group A has sort of evened itself out a bit more compared to at the start where it was just clear. It was just clear from the very start that it was basically Angus versus everyone else. But I think that it has actually picked up in the last week, I reckon. And then of course, Group C. Any thoughts on Group C?
Group very good group as well. But I want to just real quick go back to Group A. I agree. Amelia and MTB. I saw a couple of their runs and those were really good runs as well. So
that's very true. Yeah. No, it's been good. I think that no one's really had bad runs, as you said. Like, everything's at least been entertaining, and even when the skill level isn't there, like one of my pro wrestler friends like Brandon Black, right, it's still a lot of fun to have him around, even though he knows he's not really a Spyro speedrunner by any stretch.
Well, there's been several others in this tournament that are actually like not even just new to speedrunning, but just new to Spyro in general, and they're still doing good and having fun. So that's what it's all about, and that's awesome to see.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty on the group placement. Lucas is in Group C?
Lucas Bolton, yeah.
Lucas
he got all of his
awesome.
matches, so he got them done so quickly. He was a legend.
My thoughts on Group C is a tough group. I view Lucas as really good, as he's another one of those people that I view as really good, like Color Pro and Acorn. Not quite up there, but he's still really good himself. And
yeah, it's only his first tournament too. I think if he did another one, having practiced more, I think he'll be a lot better. I think that's what it comes down to. He was very quick to want to get his races done.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, I view it as, because I view it kind of like me, like he's kind of in the situation I was in, where he's also and he's another person who's in a tough group, and he's also pretty good as well.
That's
and
right.
he's just getting rough luck with these races, but for sure, like next time he'll be there. He's really good, and he's awesome. I talk to him all the time, like almost every audio call he's on, and yeah.
I think next time people are going to get a lot better. Put it that way. The skill level is going to go up for the next tournament. That's for sure.
Especially, and because of this tournament, for sure. Like especially round one. Yeah,
absolutely. Round one, extremely grueling. Yeah. And what about in general as well? What are some of your favorite races that either you've been in or watched? Obviously, I know that the Luminized one's probably your favorite, but what else?
Yeah, personally, that's my favorite video. Personally, the Laura video is my favorite. Out of races I've seen, once again, like talking about Cola Pro and Danta, I watched their race, was really good. The Angus versus Tooney one, is that the one? That was pretty entertaining with the whole watching him struggle.
Oh, Angus versus Christian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting Christian mixed up with Tooney. Similar accent, I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, no, that was fantastic. That was with Angus with the what was it? With the what did he have, like the control? Like he had to use his keyboard, which was ridiculous, and he just got destroyed.
Was using the freaking like the
joystick.
Atari, like yeah.
What was funny, because Christian was like halfway through, he realized, wait a minute, this is actually not that hard for me at all. Like he wasn't really struggling at all.
Yeah. What else? I know there's other races, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. What? Well, also another personal one was my run with Danta was also one of my favorites.
That was good too.
The money back goal we came up with, which usually you try. I just like that one. The fact that you try to, and speedruns, you try to avoid money backs, and we made it a goal.
Same with me and Liam did that. We had to pay all of the money bags in. Had to pay all of them in. Where was it? In Summer Forest Worlds. And yeah, that's sort of a fun one where you have to collect gems. I personally love gem routing and trying to find the quickest gems, and that kind of thing's a very underrated aspect of speedrunning, I think, and races.
Ratchet versus Luminize was another good one, and Ratchet's been awesome in this tournament as well.
Yeah, he has.
And then you versus Charm Sky, I watched that one, and Charm Sky and that run really was.
Yeah, that was fantastic on her behalf, and I didn't even realize, we didn't even know until recently that she's also another keyboard warrior, and that she's been playing all of her games on the keyboard, which blows my mind.
That's so trippy that we more than halfway through round one, and we barely find out there's like 5 people using keyboard for speedrunning.
It's ridiculous. She had said, like, she apparently said, like, at the beginning, and I just do not remember hearing that. Like, I do not remember at all for some reason. She said, oh no, I told people. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, holy crap, like, this is insane.
Which kind of makes that video with Angus earlier that we were talking about even funnier, that we have all these keyboard speedrunners.
I know, yeah, like Gladiator,
Angus is definitely not one of them. He's great, but
that's for sure.
He's great, but definitely not one of the keyboard warriors.
that's proof. Someone that is very good, get the keyboard and all of a sudden cannot do it. Like because they're just not used to it. It's so much harder.
Exactly. Just whenever you change what you're used to in controls, it's just a huge monkey wrench.
That's right.
And a lot of things in the tournament have been like that, and that's why I think it's been so much fun and entertaining, is just people having to get out of their comfort zone for some of these goals, and it's just watch and fun to be a part of the calls for stuff like that. It's been absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's right. What about outside of speedrunning? So I guess to wrap up, what do you do outside of speedrunning? Who is the real skater?
Well, I do skate part-time. Surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I've changed a lot. Unfortunately, I've gotten like a lot of mental illnesses over the years that have really changed me. But I used to be, very. I used to race cars. I used to skateboard like semi-professionally for local shops here in the area, and for a company starting in California called Gold Star Skateboards at the time, back in like 2012, 2011.
Yep.
And they were sending me free boards and stuff, and I was one of the amateurs on their team.
You ever meet any famous some of the famous skaters now? Like
one of my teammates was no one that famous. No, that's like megastar famous. And, there's one guy that was on my team who also was in the same hometown as me, and we both got on Gold Star Skateboards, and his name was Diego. He also used to skate with me at a shop called Ralphie's Skate Shop here locally, and he made it onto Gold Star also, and then he being one of the skaters in on the major skateboarding YouTube channel. And they kind of blew up like 4 years ago, but unfortunately I got hurt and I wasn't a part of. I was already out, not a part of any of that at the time.
Damn
it. I destroyed my knee, so there went my career progress right there. So then that's when I really got heavily involved in racing cars, and then I got in a racing accident with that, and I compound fractured.
Oh fucking hell!
Bone came out of my wrist. And also separated my shoulder, so needed surgery on both of those things.
That's so unlucky. Jeez.
Yeah. So I used to be really active, very social, doing all these things, and then personal injuries, and then mental injuries. Not mental injuries, but mental illness. Caught up with me, so really changed me, but not in a depressed. I'm not to be depressed, like not to be depressing or anything, and I'm certainly not depressed. Just not as physical as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Just point is active person and all these different things. And now I'm just chilling. Fortunate to chill at home. I got my wife. I got my dogs, my home, and I just pretty much just chill at home.
One of the only married people in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only had, I think, one other married couple, but ages ago. So yeah, there you go. You're a family man now. That's
a family man now. So I couldn't be happier. I can't complain about getting to be a family man. And
that's all. So you still. I was gonna say you still skate casually now, just not professionally.
I still skate casually, not professionally. Yeah, the injury really took away like all of the big stuff I used to do. So now I just do it for the fun of it, which there's nothing better than that. Doing anything
Is there any footage you got of this? Because I should try and overlay it.
I have some old footage somewhere. I have to try and go through the archives here a bit and see if I can find some. And it's been a crazy life for me, and I get to stay at home now with my family and just be happy and just get to do things like this with awesome people in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
And play games and especially right now during all these hard times going on, just getting to stay at home and chill is not a bad thing at all.
No, not at all. Especially in America right now, where you'd be very, very smart to stay indoors as much as you can, prevent that spread, as they say, flatten that curve.
Hard thing to do is definitely, like you said, stay in, but there's so many here fighting that, and it's ridiculous. And,
that's right. People that don't want to, they think that it's like an infringement of their rights, to to like not wear, like not be careful and not sanitize and not wash their hands, and it's just bizarre. But you know what?
They don't even want to wear masks. They don't even want to wear masks.
I don't know what we're dealing with here. But you know what? Hey, the more you stay indoors, the less you have to deal with that shit. So you get to be on Discord with us and, you know, play games, have fun, talk to everyone, be part of this sort of great, big, growing Spyro community, speedrunning community, if you will. But yeah, it was great to hear about that. I'm gonna hope that you can send that through. If not, I'll link it in the video. I'll link in the description, like if you can ever find any footage, because I really want to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really I'll see what I can find. It's really old footage, and I don't have it on any of these machines here. I'd say that probably the best place I could probably find any of my old footage would be on my uncle's computer, if he still has it. I think he actually told me the other day he found it on one of his hard drives and saved it. Awesome. So I'll go ahead and I'll hit him up and see if he still has it or not. Fantastic.
If it's not on this video now, I'm sure we will share it in the very near future after, if you can get a hold of it. But awesome stuff. Oh, there you go. There's the zoom thing. There you go. Look, I've accidentally put my mouse on the screen so you can see Zoom now. So that sponsored by Zoom. Discord wasn't working for us, so we thought we'd go to Zoom. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for yeah, you know what, it's all sorted. Thank you very much for being here, Skater. 6453. There you go. Again, remembered that because I'm never going to forget anymore.
Oh well, real quick, you wanted the real quick story behind the 6453 is.
Oh yes, actually.
Because since you have such a hard time with it, I figured you want to know why I picked that. It's very simple. It's just I've had that username for all kinds of random things for years, and I just wanted something simple I would remember. So obviously Skater, because I skateboard. 6453 is simply just the last 4 digits of my lunch school, like my schoolroom ID for lunch back in elementary. And for some reason, those 4 digits always stuck with me, so I just use them in everything.
Well, because it goes down to, like, it goes 6-4 and then 5-3. Like, I can actually see the pattern to it now, I guess. I think I'll remember it because of that. Yeah. I was gonna say it's not your Tony Hawk's Pro Skater high score, because that'd be a pretty low score. No, that'd be quite low.
That'd be way too low.
That's not even a nose grind into an ollie, you know, into a kickflip. But yeah. All right. Thanks, Skater. Thank you very much for being on the show today, and we won't be seeing you in round 2, but I'm sure we'll be seeing you in either exhibition runs and maybe even the tag tournament. So. Keep on the lookout. Sure. More to come for sure. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you later.